You're listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in to the Midnight Oil, a live podcast. I'm your host. I go by the name Mighty Jai, back in here with my co-host, the Don.
Yeah.
All the time with all the shine. Don Rock. What's up, sister?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm pushing it. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right, well, let's get into it, man, because we don't want to waste no time, because we know tonight is a very special episode.
It is.
We are doing our very first interview for tonight. We making progress. We making progress. We doing our first interview with some very important people. We also have our first DJ, not first DJ mix, but mix. Submission. Yeah, from a very important person too.
Yes,
so getting the people involved.
Listen, y'all, real soon you're gonna see me with a machine in front of me. We're just gonna be applause. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So you know what I like to say. We just trying to meet y'all where y'all at. Connect with y'all. Like I said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. If this your first time tuning in, let me tell you the ways that you can continue to connect with us, because we want to connect with you. So first and foremost, you can download the app in the Apple Store or on Google Play. All right. You can tell Alexa, play Power Plug Radio. The more I do that, the more it just...
Every time you do it, I have to practice it in my mind.
I'm telling you.
I know my turn gonna come.
Play Power Plug Radio. You can also visit the website, www.powerplugradio.com. Subscribe to the Power Plug Radio YouTube channel, and feel free to leave your comments. And what we love to have y'all do, if y'all feeling the show, if y'all feeling the vibe, we connected with y'all the way we intended. Call up to the show, 727-686-0512. All right. So real quick, let's go ahead and get these church announcements out the way. All right. So Valentine's Day is coming up, y'all.
Yes, sir.
You need to go ahead and you need to get something lined up right now. All right, right now. So with that being said, if you love fly music, if you love live music, you want to take your boo out somewhere where he can put on that 3-piece. You know what I mean? You don't see him get dressed up that often. You know what I'm saying? He put on them slacks. He put on that coat, put on them loafers, or you want to take her somewhere where she, put on that nice form-fitting red dress and show them thighs. You know what I mean? Wear them pumps. Or if you're single and there's other singles there, whatever it is that you like.
Yeah,
I'm going to tell you what it is that you can do, all right, or where you can go. So I have a very talented homie who is a violinist by the name of Omari Dillard, and he's having a function going on February 11th called Soul and Love Part 2, all right? So this is going to be going down in Tampa. The address is 1617 North Franklin Street in Tampa. If you need the zip code, here it is, 33602. All right, you can go on Eventbrite, Soul in Love, SOULNLOVE.eventbrite.com. I went to the first show, right? Okay. It was around this time last year. I took my daughter. She was 5 at the time. She was smitten by it. All right, this guy had a whole 4-5-piece band. He brought up guest musicians, other violinists, saxophone player. Listen, Omari know how to put on an event. Shout out to Omari Dillard. Shout out to his girl Kenyatta. You know what I mean? Helping him piece that thing together. It be some real fly soirees he be putting on, man. Yeah, he's gonna have hors d'oeuvres.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, they not playing.
A lot of stuff is all inclusive.
That's nice.
All right, so let me give y'all the information again. It's called Soul and Love Part 2, meaning he does this. He takes this show on the road. He's been to Dallas. He's been to Jacksonville.
Oh, man.
He's been to some places, man. Like, this dude is for real. All right, Soul and Love Part 2.
Yeah.
Going down February 11th, the perfect Valentine date. All right. Valentine's Day on a Monday or something like that.
It's on a Monday. Yeah, it's on a Monday this year.
Yeah, so that weekend is it can be pretty festive from Friday, Saturday, all the way to Sunday. All right. So put this in your plans. It's going to be going down February 11th. All right. 1617 North Franklin Street in Tampa, 33602. Get your tickets at Soul N, the letter N love.eventbrite.com. Shout out to the homie.
I love that event name.
Champagne. Oh, yeah, it's like that too.
I got this Jill Scott song stuck in my head every time I hear that name.
What is it?
It's called So In Love.
For real?
So in love with you, so in love with you, so
With Anthony
in love.
Hamilton?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they slid on that
Okay,
one.
it's some real. Okay. Oh,
They
we
slid
all up
on
on music.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to plug in somebody. They don't know that I'm doing this. All right. So I kind of want to set up. I don't want to waste too much time. So I got a homie. His name is Roderick Ellison. All right. And Roderick has a very good product. And I'm going to tell you why I endorse this product.
Okay.
So he has made a line of soaps, beard oils, fragrances for men. All right. I don't want to give it the wrong. I want to say it's called Body 83. Body 83.
Okay.
Y'all check it out. I think it's probably on the screen if you're looking at it. And I met Roderick when I was in the 7th grade.
Oh
right?
man.
Listen, I'm finna tell you why I was like, oh, I gotta support you.
Yeah.
Roderick is the reason I started wearing deodorant.
Oh shit.
And I'm gonna tell you how. We had a gym class. So in middle school, when you got gym second, third period.
Yeah. It's going down.
Roderick at a young age, Roderick was so you 12,
Yeah.
13, you don't like, damn. But in my mind, I'm like, I just, I ain't never seen nobody my age do nothing like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what that is? You know what I'm saying? Like, I went home, like, oh, this such and such or whatever. I wasn't wearing deodorant.
Bro, I know we all got it. Bro, I got a middle school memory just like that, bro. It's something about middle school and I forgot deodorant. I just forgot it one day. And the kids ain't show no mercy.
Listen, and that's why my mom ain't want me to wear deodorant. Cause I go home.
Yeah.
I'm like, Mom, I gotta start wearing deodorant. My mama say, boy, when you start wearing deodorant, you better make sure. And she wouldn't do it. But I'm like, this nigga, he got this shit on. But he always was like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We grew up together and he was always well put together. He always came through smelling. You know what I mean? So I'm like, when he started putting out his products, I'm like, let me support that because I know this boy been on that since we was 12, 13 years old. So I get some soap. I get 2 soaps. One called, I want to say it's called Black Knight, and one called Citrus something. My 6-year-old took the citrus soap because it got the nice swirls in it. I'm like, damn. I've been using that soap, the Black Knight soap, for the past week, and I like it a lot. It don't leave me feeling ashy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know exactly what he puts in it, but I felt safe even putting it on my face. No breakouts or nothing like that. So I want to give a shout out to the homie Roderick Ellison. If y'all into that, that could be the perfect Valentine's gift. Ladies, check this site out. Body83.com. Body83.com. He has a list of smell good products, like I say, soap, body oil, beard balm, the whole shebang. Roderick, thank you. I gotta bring you up here one night, and I definitely will be on your website to get some more of that soap. Shout out to you, Roderick. You got something on your hands, my brother. All right. So y'all check that out. That's a pretty good Valentine's gift for y'all ladies who like to, you enjoy a
Makes
good
your man smell good.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? All right. What else we got? Oh, you got something.
Oh, yes. Now this event is actually going out next month. I'm partnering up with 2 brands. Big shout out to Splitter World and big shout out to Shabazz. She actually has a show here on Power Plug Radio called Lost Tribers. But what was that? Oh, what? That's what I'm talking about. We need drops on drops on drops.
We progressing.
We progressing. I was like, oh,
we progressing in here, man.
Away. But yeah, so
do that again.
Yeah. I had to do it. Okay. But yeah, so big shout out to Splitter World and Shabazz. We have an event going down on Saturday, February 19th called the Backyard Boogie. And we're putting together like our own little 90s cookout. You know what I mean? We are hosting a dance competition. We encouraging a lot of the dancers to come out. I love the dance community in the Tampa Bay area. Big shout out to that community. Big shout out to Thesis. But we putting this together in February, bro. Just trying to bring new energy to the city. This is gonna be
in the backyard.
So this is actually gonna be at Bottomville Studios. It's gonna be at a warehouse.
I ain't been there yet, but I done seen like videos and pictures, man. You got a vibe over there, man.
Yes, it's an amazing vibe. Big shout out to Bottomville. It's a place where you can really bring a world into. You know what I mean? So that we got that going down.
Okay, then cool. So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Yes.
And of course, last but not least, Art and Soul is back. We found a new home at the Manhattan Casino. So that will be going down February 4th at 9:00. Go ahead, get your pre-sale tickets on Eventbrite. ArtXSoul.eventbrite.com. ArtXSoul.eventbrite.com. We got live music. We got pretty good vibes. The Manhattan Casino is a very good venue.
Yes, it is.
Some very good food. As a matter of fact, I seen posts where they actually revamped their food menu, so I gotta go check that out.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's and they don't call it the historic Manhattan Casino for nothing. So y'all make sure y'all go on Eventbrite, get your tickets. All right, reserve your tables. Okay. So I definitely can't wait to see everybody in there. I miss y'all. So let's get our freshest.
And you know what? I also want to just add, because there's a lot of artists that listen to our show. Listen, artists, this is a perfect place for you to come to network, vibe, experience live instrumentation, and just make yourself known. You know what I mean? It's a perfect place, because honestly, that's how I met you. A few artists invited me out to Art and Soul. You feel me? I kind of just heard about it in passing, and that's how I went out there. And a lot of other artists that I knew in the Tampa Bay area were also going out there. So it kind of felt like, this is a family moment. I could talk to them, network with them, and then catch a live show. So trust and believe. It's worth it.
That's what's up, man. So, I tell people all the time, it's the perfect date night. We do it every first Friday. If you're familiar with St. Pete, First Friday is a big deal to us. If you're not familiar with St. Pete and how we do things over here, First Friday is a very big deal to us.
It is a big deal.
You know what I'm saying? But specifically, too, on a micro level, having that event on the south side of St. Pete really means a lot to me. If you don't know, you know now. So I'm very excited that that's coming back, and we'll be cultivating on the south side. So February 4th, 9:00, Art and Soul. We back, baby. Anything else before we get into the next segment of our show?
That's it on my end, brother. What about you?
I'm good. So check this out. We right on schedule too. So listen, we gonna play the first mix of the night by the Don, all the time with all the shine. DJ Don rocking. You already know how we get down. We have very.
Let me put my hand up to the camera. It's the
taste.
It's the taste.
It's the taste.
It's the taste and it's the substance.
We listen, and when you say to you,
it's
good urban music, urban culture, urban life. That's pretty much what we focus on over here, and trying to connect with y'all where y'all at. So we about to get into this mix. We gonna get into some dope sounds, and then when we come back, we're going to begin our interview with our very special featured guests, the CEOs of Power Plug Radio, y'all. Y'all don't want to miss it. We got Chandra Allison and Charlene. You just got married, so I don't want to. Man, yeah, I cause I
Right.
don't, yeah, you know what I mean.
Right,
People take that
Respect.
serious. I ain't, you
Respect,
know
no,
what I'm
for
saying.
real.
So we got Chandra Allison and Charlene Emmanuel, the CEOs, the visionaries, the minds behind Power Plug Radio.
Black women,
y'all.
Black
so
women.
yeah, tap in. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Keep it locked right here on Power Plug Radio, the Midnight Oil.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
I've been thinking about magic, happen, action, baby, we never lasted. Magic, madness, maybe you was just guessing, but it was better than I imagined. Drastic, acting to you, it was just practice. Sadness, mask it, hated you with a passion. Had it, granted, baby, I didn't cap it, cause it was better than I imagined. Thought it'd be worse, cause it hurts me, but still I can't see myself with no one else, cause it was better than I imagined. Better than I imagined. Trust me, love me, no I could never make you stay true. Hate to say it, but it's too late. My expectations too low, you can't relate to, baby, but I don't blame you, baby. You're the one I always escape to. Take to a place, maybe I'm just afraid to call you. Need you to tell me if it's okay too. Is it okay? I thought it'd be worse, cause it hurts me, but still I can't see myself with no one else, cause it was better than I imagined. Better than I imagined.
this shit is trash. I'ma give it right on back, cause that's what I've been getting from you. Yeah, lately. Yeah. You and I in your mind, treading lines, loving me blind. Talk about we should take time. How you go and call it good news. Oh, oh, oh. Cause you feel it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. I must get the heart.
As a lover, it's alright. You and me go back and forth, there's something new. I said I'm better on my own, there's nothing you can do. What's the home if I'm alone, baby? It's me. You the type that can't commit to nothing. Why you always acting wishy-washy? Why you always say you ready for me? When you know you ain't ready for me. We ain't friends if we fucking homie. Come around and don't do nothing for me. You come around and don't do nothing for me. You come around and don't do nothing for me. Now you wanna love me, baby. That means nothing to me. Now you wanna make things right, but that means nothing to me. Now you wanna say you're sorry. That means nothing to me. You're the one that wants me around, baby. That means nothing to me.
skirt.
If I could, I'd give you the world. I'd wrap it all around you. I won't be satisfied with just a piece of this heart. My angel, you're my angel. You're my angel, yeah. You're my angel.
Dreams are dreams, some dreams come true. I found a real dream, baby, when I found you. You're so strong, but tender too. You're my angel. Oh, angel. You're my angel. Oh, angel.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
And we back, y'all. Thank y'all so much for staying tuned and keeping it locked right here to episode 3 of the Midnight Oil. And real quick, just want to run it down. The ways that you can catch us. Download the app in the Apple Store on Google Play. Tell Alexa, play Power Plug Radio. Visit the website, www.powerplugradio.com. Subscribe to the Power Plug Radio YouTube channel. Feel free to leave your comments. And please, we love it when y'all call in. So call in to the station, 727-686-0512. All right. Hope y'all enjoyed that mix just as much as we did from the Don. All the time with all the shine. DJ Don Rock. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we got our first interview tonight.
Yes,
y'all.
we do. I got to get my mind right. It's somebody in here that y'all don't get to see on camera. They done threw me off. We had a nice heated debate about R&B. We got to bring that on
It's
camera.
a very fruitful conversation.
So I'm gonna bring it back around.
And if you've been tuned in the past few episodes, you know we do a pretty good job of staying on script, but it spawned off other conversations, and we got some real music lovers in here. So the stuff that we talk about could really be an incubator into future episodes and things that we can hit on, because we definitely are into the music, the culture, and definitely in the urban life. So with that being said, listen, y'all, a lot of times we I think we live in a very surface level world.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Not that everything is that deep, but it's just some certain shit you really got to really like look into. You got to look behind it. You know what I mean? And when it comes to, when we talk about our stars and people that's out in the public, in the public eye, and things that's going on, we pray with, not that they don't deserve that, don't get me wrong, but a lot of times, most of the time, all the time, there are people that are behind the scenes that are really making things work. All right. So to remind y'all, in case y'all didn't know, or whatever the case may be, Power Plug Radio is a Black-owned internet radio station. Let me repeat that.
I was about to say, let that sink in.
Power Plug Radio is a Black-owned internet radio station.
There we go.
On a micro level, Power Plug Radio is ran by 2 Black women.
Who run the world? Yes.
Power Plug Radio is ran by 2 Black women. All right. I can't thank them enough for recognizing whatever it is that they saw in me to bring me along. I'm very thankful. I don't take this for granted. But I definitely want to take this opportunity, not just for y'all, but for myself and the people that's in the room, you know, to pick their brain, you know, let y'all know, let us know, remind me, and also to let the people know what it is that they're all about, what their vision is, and their intent is. So without further ado, I want to introduce y'all to the visionaries, the bosses, the CEOs behind Power Plug Radio, Miss Chandra Allison and Miss Charlene Emmanuel Swain.
Yeah.
How y'all doing this evening?
Taking old school. Woo, woo, woo.
That's right. How y'all doing?
You're doing good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's late, you know what I mean, and y'all got a lot going on the next day and all of that. I came in, I'm looking at Charlene. You know what I'm saying? But thank y'all so much.
The facts. Thank y'all for joining us on the Midnight Oil.
About 9:30.
That's it. And it's called a Midnight Oil.
It's called the Midnight Oil.
I'm telling you, all right. So yeah, we just, you know, we ain't gonna be stiff about it. You know, we just gonna ask y'all some questions. We gonna have some conversations.
We're happy to be here.
Thank y'all so much. So how did this come about? What how did y'all get together and say, you know what? Let's get into media. Let's get into radio. How did that come about?
Man, it's a story. So you know, back in 2016, I was volunteering with a local organization, and you know, they were doing a lot of wonderful things. They were out in the community working with other people, and you know, I said to myself one day, you know what? There's a lot of things that the mainstream media doesn't highlight about the things that are going on in our community. And so I said, you know what? I want to do that. I want to go out and highlight those wonderful things that the people are doing in the community, you know, working with kids, working with families, you know, just some really wonderful people that are out here just trying to make their community and their living situation better. And so my first sort of, it wasn't a gig, it was sort of like my own assignment, right here on the Deuces, historic Deuces of St. Petersburg,
and you
Florida.
gotta say historic.
Historic
you gotta
Deuces.
say it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Historic Deuces of St. Petersburg, Florida. We had the Black Arts Festival. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take my little phone. I'm going to go down there and I'm just going to start talking to people and interviewing people. And at the time, Chandra was working with a director that did a film called Steel Gray that they were showing at the Royal Theater. And so they were showing two films at the Royal Theater. They were showing Art in the City and Steel Gray. Shout out to Jabbar, because I did an interview with Jabbar in Cranston on that day. And I ran into Chandra, and Chandra and I actually went to high school together. And I was like, okay, you look familiar, and you look familiar. And so not only was she working with the director, but she was also working with women, trying to get them business ready for interviews, and just kind of doing her own thing. She had a blog with the Bulletin
News,
called Single in the City.
Oh, that's a nice name.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we met, we connected, and an opportunity came right, because again, I'm with the camera and I'm going around the city just randomly talking to people and going to just pop-up events.
Yeah.
And we ran into some new station managers over at another radio station. And I was like, okay, you guys are new, what you got going on? And they invited me for an interview, and they was like, you want a show? And at the time, I hadn't thought about radio at all. And when I said, okay, I'll give it a try, and the first person I called was Chandra, because I was like, you know what, she has some great things going on, and you know, this might be a good partnership. And so for those of you who have been following us, that's how On the Beat St. Pete got started.
I remember that.
And that's how, you know, we did the radio show. We, you know, at one point went around the city and said, we don't want to be locked up. We want to go around. We took all of our equipment that you see here,
mobile.
and we went to everybody's grand opening. We were under the overpass with the lights at one point. We were everywhere. And the whole time that we were doing this, Chandra and I were saying, you know what? We want to do radio. Like it just
being in the radio.
It just impregnated us with this idea that wouldn't it be great if we had our own radio station, our own thing. And when I tell you that this woman right here is the queen of let's just try some shit out. Like,
Let's just see.
Well, let's get started and
need
we'll
that.
figure. Yeah, we'll figure the shit out later. Yeah,
You
I
need
feel
that.
you.
way. Like jump in sometime. You know, sometimes you got to swim with the sharks, and I'm not scared to do that.
It's
you know,
true.
at times.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's try
Let's
and
just
see.
try it
Let's
out
see if it
and-
fit. You know.
right before the pandemic hit, February 3rd,
Yeah.
2020, we created Power Plug, you know, so we went from On the Beat St. Pete, where it was just like a show with 4 people.
Yeah.
And we said, you know what, we're going to slide ourselves to the background and we're going to create Power Plug Radio for other people, creatives like ourselves that want to. So we wanted to create a platform for other people to come on and talk about. So instead of just being one show with 4 people, you know, we created a network
I was just about to say that.
of people that have, you know, different interests, different views, but all centered around just wanting to share information about music, lifestyle, culture, community.
Yeah, showing a positive image of us. That's the most important thing right there, is showing a positive image of us and just highlighting, you know, our beautiful blackness. 'Cause that's what it's all about, really. So
And the music, you know,
Yeah, the-
we're really into old school. You know, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. You know, so I'm gonna date myself. I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
date ourselves.
Go ahead.
We're like
Go
the same
ahead.
age, and sometimes it's hard to stay on beat. I'm just gonna put it like that. Sometimes it's hard to catch the little beat nowadays. And so, you know, we wanted something that everybody can tune into. Like, you know, you
Yeah.
ever go to a cookout and you listening to music that everybody can vibe to? That's what we
Right.
wanted to create with Power Plug
we
Radio.
wanted to create nostalgia for people. You
Yes.
you,
I
hear,
like that
you hear
word.
that tune and it just takes
Yes,
you back
take
to
you back to a
that
place.
time. You know what I mean? And music does that for me. Music is a motivator. I love. I don't do anything without music. I have to have it. I'm a true
I'm the
lover
same way.
of it.
Same.
I used
So-
to actually listen to. I used to have to listen to Mary J. Blige when I did my calculus homework when I was in high school. I used to sit there with my headphones on and I would blast Mary J. And for some reason, that would just get my juices going.
What
Yeah.
hold on, what was the album?
That's Mary
Share
J.
My World.
That's the one though.
That's the one.
Well, my favorite Mary J is
the
Love
one.
No Limit. So
That
that's
too. That's the other one.
Yeah, Mary done took us through some things.
Mary-
Took
Mary-
through
Mary
some
raised us.
transitions. Don't she look like I was telling somebody, don't Mary J look like a brand new artist right now? She got
Mary raised us. You hear me?
No,
and
for real.
continuing to raise us.
She
'cause
look
I'm
fresh.
still looking at that woman like, yes,
No,
that's
for
what
real.
I'm trying to get.
She look fresh, man. She look like she got
Listen.
a whole nother energy right now.
Whenever I'm DJing outside, the chokehold that Mary still got us in, it's still very real. Very real. It feels like it's even stronger today. Like I
That's
almost
what
feel
I'm
like
saying.
previous generations know, like, hey, we really paying attention and respecting Mary.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
man.
tell you who else who raised us. Trick Daddy.
Listen.
So that's a good mixture right there. You know?
Talking about that last week. We were talking about who.
Okay. No,
I think one of the I think
when
one
you
of the
hear that.
yeah the one of the most one of the most poignant lines.
Man, that's one of the most iconic openers.
I want to buy me a Benz, but I'm 50 grand
Shout.
short.
Shout. I want to buy me. What? Now that's crazy. The first time I heard that, it came out of Plies' mouth. Now ain't that something? I ain't no Trick Daddy said that. I'm so wow. That's why I said
Little
shout
Black
like
history.
that. Little Black history. That's why I love
Black
coming to
history.
Power Plug.
So that's what's up. So y'all both originally from St. Pete?
No.
Where y'all from?
I'm a Florida girl. I'm originally from Tallahassee, Florida.
Okay.
Hey.
My
New York.
family's from the islands, and I'm originally from New York. Born and raised in Brooklyn.
First of all, I ain't never heard nobody say they was born in Tallahassee.
Yeah. Tallahassee Memorial.
For real? I never heard that. You gotta be the first person I heard, like,
Well, here I go.
And you, well, hold on. I was about to say now, Charlene, you giving me I'm getting a lot of brown sugar energy from you right now. You know, women that is just, and I can attest to it. It's like you love the culture. You love the culture, and you want to impact the culture and move the culture from within.
Yeah, man.
You know what?
That's all.
I get the preaching, I get the losing.
That's it right there.
so.
Listen, I mean, and I'm gonna tell you the real testament to that is,
Yeah.
you know, when you have kids and you see yourself in your kids and some of the things that I hear my daughter say, and I just look and I smile and I say, you know, I'm glad that I'm impacting her in a positive way.
Yeah.
So she said to me the other day, she said, "Mom, you know, she dances. She's a full-time dancer." And she said, you know, she's 13. And she said, you know, one of the teachers at the dance studio, she runs the social media page. And she was like, you know, every holiday comes around, she's always posting things about the holidays. She's always posting things about different events that are going on. She was like, but I'm trying to figure out why she ain't post something about MLK. I said, so what you gonna do about it? She was like, I'm gonna ask her about it. I'm gonna ask her why she. Listen,
A little smoky. smell smoky.
Like, I can feel
she
that.
recognized that.
I was about to say, what would Spike Lee do?
Yes.
What would young Spike Lee do?
Yes, Spike Lee also raised us.
Exactly. I said,
telling you.
listen, I'm trying to,
I said, well, what you
guidance.
gonna do about it? She said, well, I'm gonna ask her why she didn't post anything for MLK.
I like that. I like
You
that.
know what? And another thing, when we talk about the kids like that, what we're so excited about with Power Plug, like you have something to pass down to the kids.
Yeah.
They see us. Like, you know, my daughter, everybody knows is Jam. That's
Chief
the producer.
producer.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
Chandra's daughter, you know, for everybody that's looking right now, Chandra's daughter, Jamaria, is the reason, you know, the visual looks as saucy as it does.
Yes.
The transitions going on commercial, you know, this that
Yes,
That's
that's the
all
little
her
one over
daughter.
there, and
You
I'm
know
just,
what I mean?
just proud of both of them. You know what I mean? Like they're seeing what, you know, mom is doing and just, you know, embodying that and just putting it in a bottle and drinking it, and you know what I'm saying?
and running with it.
Yes.
People understand how sometimes challenging it is. We were both raised by baby boomers, right?
Yeah.
And being raised by a baby boomer, you know, they raise you to be good employees. They
Yeah.
raise you
Right,
to go to
right.
school so that you can get a good job. And by no fault of their own, that's how they were raised. And
Right.
so I think that we were one of the last generations that were raised, you know, the Jams and my daughter Soraya, you know, they're raised more on that entrepreneurial spirit. And so they're willing to take a lot more risk. And so for us to, you know, be here where we are today, to buck that system of how we were raised, I think is huge, to say, you know what, you know, I don't want to just be an employee. I
Right.
want to be my own boss, but I also want to provide opportunities for other people to find their, you know, path and experience their dream.
Yeah.
And really, you know, more than anything, their creative outlet, you know, because creativity for us is so important. Like,
It really is.
I can't tell you how important it is to speak your truth, to walk in your truth, to hear other people speak their truth. It's almost like a healing process for us as we, you know, walk in, because we've been silenced for so long, you know.
Yeah.
And even now, I heard one of the artists, you know, I guess she's a up and coming artist, or, you know, Ari Lennox.
Yeah.
And, you know, she basically said, I'm done with the music industry. I don't want no label. I don't want no deal. Take back your money. Because we see so many times how, you know, that industry just crushes people's souls and crushes people's spirit. And Jai, that's why I really love what you do with Art and Soul. I love, you know, how you really make people feel like this is something that they can tap into, and it's not like work for them. It's like, this is what I love to do, and you provide them with that platform to continue to love doing that. And people who like coming and listening and saying, like, I'm not a creative artist, but hey, I like what people do.
I can appreciate
and
that.
so we need more of that, so that, you know, the conversation that was had behind the scenes, I was privy to, and it was a lot about, you know, R&B, but just like executives and who's bringing who under. You know, the music industry can be very toxic.
Can be.
Right.
This industry
Can be.
can be toxic. That's why it's so important for us
Yeah.
to have our own platforms where we can create things out of love, out of healing, and not out of, you know, just consumerism. You know?
You know what?
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said that, because I remember Chandra hit me up about doing this probably about a year ago.
Yeah.
Every time she did, she would tell me, so I talked to Ja. I'm trying to get him to bring art and soul to the radio. I keep telling Ja he need to bring art and soul to the radio.
Yeah,
But Ja, I told you, like, I understood, like, you know, you had to let it marinate. You know what I'm saying? You had to see yourself in it.
Right.
So I get, you know, that creative, you know.
You know what? I came into the year, you know, and I was talking with a friend of mine, and she was like, Ja, you got to pick a word for 2022. Mine is intent.
You know what mine is?
What's that?
Consistency.
Oh, yeah.
Yes to both.
You got one?
That was it.
Yeah.
That was really my major goal. And honestly, being a Virgo, I have a million goals coming into every new year. And this year I was like, that's it. Just being consistent.
You got a word, Chandra?
It's two. Being consistent and showing up. You know what I'm saying? Showing
Facts.
up.
80, you got a word? This year? Yeah. Discipline.
Yeah.
Mine was finish.
Yeah.
Complete. You know, for two reasons. One, I got a tendency to start stuff and I don't finish. And then two,
Same.
you know, when I say I'm done with something, I'm done with it. And I'm done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really mean it.
And I mean it. I'm not even finna waste my time, or, you know. So when she said that, I thought, and like you hit me up. You didn't badger me about it. You didn't badger me about it, so I had some time to sleep on it. You know, but I want to say probably like the second time, you know, and son, hey, you know, we still got that slot. And I think the second time around, I actually inquired, like, well, what's the openings? And I was trying to get all of that squared away because, you know, I was remembering the intent. And, like, you know, I make sure your why is right. You got to make sure your why is right. I honestly and truly believe if your why ain't right, the what ain't gonna work.
That's Bible right now.
If your intentions ain't right, your intentions ain't right, it's not gonna work.
Right.
And so with that, I want to ask y'all something, because even with your intentions or your vision being, you know, in the right place, all right then, thank you, Jam. With your intentions, you know, being in the right place and your vision can be clear, there are things that can happen on this entrepreneurial journey that can, you know, that could derail you. It's like a pin in a balloon, or it could knock you down, you know, and have you second guessing. And I know quite a few people that, you know, I've, you know, seen them kind of, I'll just continue to go to work. You know what I'm saying? I also seen some people that done kept it moving. So I want to ask y'all, because I know it done happened on this journey. I don't know what, but I know that it's been some things that'll make you like, man,
I knock you off your rocker.
What keeps y'all going?
Well, I'm gonna say what keeps me going is just knowing the end result. Like, I know what I want this to be, and just the fact that I also can pass this down to my daughter, and just the fact that the want to do this keeps me going every day. Yeah, every day is a new challenge, and even every day something great happens, and it reminds me, okay, this is why I'm doing this. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So, you know, things like that keep me going. My girl over here keep me going. We keep each other like, come on.
You need that.
And you need that. It's almost with entrepreneurship, you have to have your blinders on. Blinders to the BS, you know, because people are not going to understand your journey. The Lord, the Most High put this in you, and only you understand it. The people around you not. So you're going to get, you know, attacked because they're not understanding your lifestyle, how you living, why you doing this, da-da-da-da. You're going to get all of that. Or some people really hit you with, oh, that's stupid. I wouldn't do it that way. Okay, well, this ain't made for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not made for you. But, yeah, that right there, you know, what keeps me going. And just the fact that, hey, I'm doing this.
I'm gonna tell you
Need some more of
kept
this.
me going. You know, initially, I would say before COVID, because I feel like right now my life has kind of been my life with making this journey has been segmented into before COVID and after COVID. Before COVID, I think the creativity that flowed between the two of us kept us going. Like, I'd wake up to text messages from this one at 3:00 in the morning on some, girl, I thought about something. Midnight oil. Listen.
Exactly. Because I know how it is.
Listen.
I know how it is.
It just be like, girl, call me. So I know something popping,
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, and, it sucked a lot of my creativity out of me. Like, to where, I was just telling her today, like, I feel like now I've gotten out so much. Like, y'all don't understand the life that we lived before COVID. Like, we were everywhere. Like, everywhere. If you had a grand opening, if you had a red carpet, if you had anything, we supported everything and everybody across this city because we knew that connecting with people was going to be, and doors just open, things just open. And it's wonderful because even now, when after COVID, and like, I was down for a while, y'all. Like, I was really like in a creative, like, sunken place where I just couldn't get anything out. And I want to say she kept me going, because, and the people on the station kept me going, because every time I would see that, the people who was doing the radio and they were keeping the creative energy going when I couldn't, when I just couldn't give it anymore. And so it took 2 years. But now I'm back here today, and I told her, I'm like Mortimer, I'm back. Like,
yeah.
I feel like something happened. Well, I know what happened. I went to therapy. But, I really got those creative juices back to where I told her, I'm like, I feel good being able to connect with people and everybody. And it's like everybody that we connected with is coming back full circle. Ja, Latricia, like all of these people that we were connecting with before, they never went anywhere. Even when I was going through such a hardship with the 2 years of COVID, but now, man, we good. But it was nice to have a partner that, held it down and really was like, look, this is like a make or break. This was our baby. And I know you in a place right now, but we going to keep this thing going. So, like, I think I'm more of the, like, strategic planner type. And she is the, like, okay, enough of that. Give me that. We finna get out there and just go on ahead, and I need that.
You gotta have
balance.
Come on,
you gotta have it. Yeah, you get that. That's a very good contrast to have.
That's
you know
the
what
yin
I mean?
to my yang.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, I appreciate that she's very structured, because I need that, because
can
sometimes I
rub
jump
off
off
on
the
you.
porch. You know what I mean? Like,
Hold on.
Yeah.
we got to sign this.
And
first.
big shout out to y'all partnership and companionship. You debunked the myth that we can't work together.
Yeah.
And that's a huge myth.
Y'all still working together?
Huge myth.
Who else we supposed to work with?
Especially black women. People really assume, and it's crazy because black women, like-minded, we come together and we make it happen.
Right.
We make it happen.
Right. That's
No
just
problems.
like with partnership, friendships.
Right.
Like, my friends, we're like 30 plus years of friendship
Wow.
around here. Because people be asking, dang, y'all still hanging? I'm like, well, I don't understand what else. What? I don't even understand this
It's good on this end.
I don't get it. You be real. You be cool. I don't
I
understand.
feel like when you keep it real, like,
Yeah.
there's no falling out, because
There
I always
isn't.
know
Yeah.
I'm gonna get 100% from
Right.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get 100% from
That's
me.
important.
So where's the fallout?
Where's the
Yeah.
fallout? But
It's an understanding. Everybody had their good days, their
Right.
bad days, their rough days. We're both
Right.
mothers, of girls, of daughters.
Yeah.
We're at that age. I think our parents are like the same age.
Yeah,
So,
man.
we're in that middle ground where we're
and,
still,
and we
raising
taking
kids
care of
and
them
taking
now
care-
too.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
whew.
Yeah.
I
You
and
just put a thought on my mind.
what's the thought? What's the thought?
Listen. I'm gonna just say I take my hats off to all the caregivers
Yes.
and things, because that is a job. Thank y'all. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
listen, I take care of my dad. You know what I'm saying? That's the job.
It's crazy that we talk about this now. I had a moment, my grandmother, her birthday just passed, and she was just like, yeah, I'm 70 years young. And I'm like, my grandma, man, it just put me back in reality. Like I really have to cherish these moments with you. Not saying it could be any day, but you never know.
Yeah.
It's a blessing to make it to 70, but you know.
Yes.
I think, you know what? I said to myself, I need to spend more time with older people.
You know what I mean?
Old people.
I really love the energy, bro. I love getting wisdom.
It's something about being around old people. Like,
I'm like,
you already know they gonna tell you this. Like,
Yeah,
I, listen,
yeah.
I done seen everything but the face of God. So I'm just gonna let you know exactly. I'm just gonna know. I'm gonna let you know exactly how it is.
You understand it now because you're a parent and you understand it. All the
Right.
things that you know, and I see it coming full circle because all the things that my mom used to tell me, and all the things, and I get it. You know, even with my daughter, and you know, she's a teenager, so everything is like on the rooftop, and I just be thinking in my mind, none of this gonna matter in a year, but you know, I gotta sit on the roof with her.
And you're trying to tell like, okay.
And-
Sometimes you be like, I see why I got busted in the head. I see why.
But you know what? Another thing about older people. Another thing about older people, I realize they always remind you still got time.
Always.
And you kind of feel like you know, I ain't got no. Hey, oh, how are you? I'm 30. Oh, you still young.
Still got time.
You still
Facts. I was just about to say that.
Because these niggas just told me I was.
I'm old head.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I got a little homie that's 19. I said, dang, Bruce, somebody, I'm gonna be 30 this year. Oh yeah, you were old head.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying?
They be
I'm ancient. My daughter saw a picture of me from like high school, and she said to me, "Now, granted, she was younger. She's a little wiser now." So she said to me, "Is that from 19 something?"
19 something. What? Like,
Come on now.
Is that from 19 something?
19.
dang.
I ain't never felt so old and decrepit in my life. Like, you can't be talking to me, little girl.
You water away from me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and I really hope, you know, anybody that's still tuned in, thank you for being tuned in and keeping it locked right here. And I hope, you know, a lot of y'all are just relating, not like if you're gaining something, that's awesome, but just relating, because we spend so much time on social media, you know what I mean, and a lot ain't real. It's not real. It's, you know,
right.
And just to be able to relate, like, damn, they, you know, they going through the same thing, or they done went through the same thing, or, you know, and that's what I want to do with the people that we bring up here. I want to bring, you know, creatives. I want to bring entrepreneurs. I want to bring people that's in different lanes, you know what I mean, because somebody could be, I know somebody is up right now thinking of a master plan. You know, they want to go back to school. I want to start this business. You know what I'm saying? I feel stuck. I did this. I don't feel like I don't deserve. I can identify with that. I don't deserve. You know what I'm saying? I don't really knowing and not feeling like you worth. And then, you know, actually talking to people. I think what, you know, one of the things that helped me was getting new books and getting autobiographies and realizing the people that I look up to, they
had similar
went,
journeys.
They went through the same.
Yes, I had
You know what I'm
that. I had that
saying?
feeling reading Rick Ross book.
I think we talked
about that. We did.
Yeah, the first
said,
one, Hurricanes. Like,
yeah,
Ross, I ain't know it was like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Right,
dang,
right.
That's where, you know, mentors are important. as
Yeah.
well. You know what I mean? Just like you said, to know that a person has been through this and that, you know, it just make you feel good because, okay, I know I'm taking the right steps. You know what I'm saying?
And
I'm walking.
And it's like the goats done went through it, so you gotta it's part of the part of the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're asking y'all that because it kind of sound like, you know, y'all probably didn't have any examples of at the time black women or anybody doing what you're doing now. Now we in this time where, you know, you got your give me the names of the black women that's creatives, the Duvernays,
the Issa Raes,
the Issa Raes, and you know what I'm saying. So y'all,
Regina King.
Oh man,
yeah.
It's
and
Regina King.
Everything that we've learned everything that you see that is a product of Power Plug Radio today was baptism by fire. Like literally walking through and picking up knowledge as we were going. Trial and error over here and researcher over here. We had to figure everything out because you're right. There wasn't a lot, like we didn't have anybody that we can go to and say, hey, how do you run a radio station? How do you run a Black-owned radio station? Like, there wasn't anybody that we could really go to. Now, I will say, because I don't want to make it seem like we didn't have experiences that taught us things, because we actually did 2 stints on 2 different radio stations that were Black-owned. Each one had their own lane. They were owned by Black men. But I think that, in that time, we learned a lot about, like, programming and how sound and how things sound and how things look and feel on a radio station. But you're right. I think that one of the key things too, as Black entrepreneurs, Black creatives, don't be afraid to embrace somebody else that's in your lane. Right. A lot of times, the way, capitalism teaches us everything is a competition. Everything is like you bucked against somebody else, but it doesn't have to be that way because there's so much, room for everybody to be creative and embrace each other, because that's how you learn from each other. We have an internet radio station. The world is our oyster. We are not limited to an FM dial or AM dial within a certain mile radius. Right now, we have listeners from Tallahassee, from New York. My family's from St. Lucia. I got people listening from St. Lucia. I have family in England that listen in. Shout out to France. We cornered some type of market on internet radio station, and that we couldn't embrace another Black woman or, another Black man that was also doing the same thing. I think that's the moment we fail. Yeah. And it's also a part of that, having a survival mindset, because you really look at competition like you could potentially take food off my plate. You could potentially stop whatever I have going on. So I just want to outwork you. I want to outshine you and be the only one on top of the hill. When you look at other communities, you see, well, goddamn, they done brought their families on the hill. Listen, what done happened? You know,
just then. You said something just then, and I ain't gonna lie, I had to learn that.
Yeah, same.
I had to learn that. I think with me, just being, growing up Black man, we single mama, so you automatically learn survival.
All had to learn that lesson.
You know what I'm saying, and then then 2, rap culture.
That thing,
and then also too, like kind of being an only child. You know what I mean? My circle kind of, I don't, it's like if I feel like I'm kind of be around you too, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really. I want to get close to you, but all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, for real, it's like, all right, that's all right. So just really like, and I'm learning, still learning. Solidarity is important. Solidarity is important. I think you said something while you was talking earlier, and we were talking about the different types of the people that we know, and I was just hearing the word diversity. And usually when we think about diversity, we think about multicultural, racial, but I don't think we understand how diverse we are within ourselves as Black. Yes, people. Like the different type of lanes that we take up, and I just want, I'm gonna bring it home in a minute. But I don't think we realize how diverse we are as Black people. Like you can have a group of us over here that's in the finances, in the money. Literally. You know what I'm saying? You can have another group of us that's into the arts and entertainment. You can have another group over here that's in the holistic things. Bro, facts. Right. And I think, I it's like, maybe to me, I think, which I do believe in unity. You know what I'm saying? But when I think of unit being one, all of us aren't going to go in these same, I don't want to say the same direction. I think our end result is almost like a Martin and Malcolm thing. Our end result is the same, but the way we're going about it is totally different. No facts. So when it's time for us to come together, when it's time, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? They got something that we need.
It damn near should feel like the Avengers, bro.
It's called a collective.
They got something that I need for the time being. Or, you know what? Hey, come on, we working on this thing. So you may see the the medicinal holistic come with the the artsy fartsy, or you may see the money making people come with
Money
whoever,
making mix.
and it's like, you
Right,
know what I'm
right,
saying, and
right.
it's like, hey, listen, you doing this, I'm doing that,
With
I
their
believe,
pockets.
but you know you effective at what you're doing. For the time being, we finna come together and do this.
Bro, I've been
Now,
calling it the Black Avengers, bro.
yeah, and
multifaceted.
We need
yeah, we're very
We are.
diverse. You
We
know what I'm
are.
saying, and I think with just doing this right here, because I can't say it enough how much this keeps me humble, keeps me grounded, keeps me accountable, because people listen.
Facts.
People listen, so I can't just be, it's like you got a mouth and you got a voice.
Facts.
True.
Which one you gonna have? You know what I'm saying? Like, which one you gonna have?
Right.
So with saying that, like, I guess I want to ask y'all, like, with doing this radio station, like, and I'm gonna start with you, Charlene. Like, you have a segment where you're into so explain a little bit of your background and what your segment is about.
So I'm a nurse by profession. I work in public health. I've been in public health for almost 18 years. I work specifically, and so this is why COVID was such a hard thing for me to deal with. I specifically I'm a trained epidemiologist, and I'm also a nurse.
Slow it down. What's
I was about to say, boy, they just flipped real quick, didn't it? We was right on a TED talk.
I've heard the epi before. I haven't heard the demiologist before.
I love
so explain to us what
Epidemiologist is actually the study of diseases, disease trends, and how they affect populations as a whole. And so that's literally.
Can we clap it up for that real quick? That's an amazing job. That's amazing.
So that's literally been my life's work for like 18 years. But I'm also a nurse, but I also like to do this kind of stuff. I like talking to people. I like communicating with people. I like sharing information with people. Actually, when I was in college, my undergrad degree was in health science education and mass communication. And I said to myself, you know what? If I had to do it all over again, I probably should have gone into like broadcasting or something, because I love that piece of it. And so this for me, and right now I have a podcast called My Better Living, where I kind of marry the two, and really. I just did episode 3 earlier this week, where really we just, I really want to talk to people, because one of the couple things that I've learned over the last 2 years that we've had the pandemic is that there's a lot of people struggling with their health and wellness. There's a lot of people struggling with, like, where do I need to be? How do I need to be there? How do I need to get there? I myself struggle. We have this mind game that's being played with us on how we should look versus how we should feel, and the two don't always unite. So I kind of wanted to provide people with some type of support and let them know that, hey, you're not alone in these struggles. We don't know everything. I don't know everything. There's things that I still have to learn. One of the things that I left 2021 with is, routine, regular meditation that, I felt has helped me. I felt could help other people, but, just really tuning in, as you get older, there's a lot of things that you need to tune into your body, and there's a lot of things that I wish were told to me a long time ago, about tuning into your body, mind, body, spirit, not necessarily being skinny, not necessarily being a certain weight or a certain look, but just tuning into mind, body, and spirit. And so I really just wanted to combine the two, my two loves of, health, wellness, talking to people, and, this mass communication thing I got going on with this microphone.
So spreading health and wellness, you know what I mean, and using your knowledge, you know what I mean, that kind of, I think y'all was doing a function where y'all was showing the spook that sat by the door.
Listen, that movie, let me tell you two things that surprised me. And you probably going to unite with this. The first thing that surprised me is when I posted the picture, I was surprised by how many people had actually seen this and was like, yo, that is a dope movie. Yo, you should read the book. And it kind of like tickled inside of me, because I was like, ooh, I love that people are like, read the book. This is great. Da, 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 da. So that surprised me. The second thing is I was watching it, and the whole premise and concept, I'm like, this was 40 plus years ago.
Black exploitation. I
This is like, you can just upgrade the digital, and it's like today.
It is. We
And
see
so
it.
it's just kinda
when
like-
when I
The spook next door.
the spook
spook
that
who
sat by the
the
door.
door.
You know. Listening to the Nipsey Hussle put me on that.
Yeah. Oh man, I got it. I'm finna.
And when I see certain people, you know what I'm saying, on the mainstream, you know, one in particular, when I see Jay-Z do certain stuff, I be like,
oh, I
that
gotta
look,
watch that.
that look familiar. You know what I mean? And just basically infiltrating the system.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna play this little, you know, and then they don't. I'm gonna just do this. You know, I'm gonna be this token. I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. And if you watch the movie, the dude he played dumb for a long time. And I think it's just once. I think it's the karate scene where the white dude like, listen. He went like, listen, nigga, I know who you is. You from Chicago. We done did our homework on you. You sitting here and you acting like you a little punk, little pussy. And I know everything about you. And you sitting here letting me whoop on you. Fight me. And after that he.
Oh, I gotta watch
I'm
this.
finna show you.
But he tell you that was such a great movie.
It's a
It
good
was
movie.
like
Very good movie.
I mean, and I just loved everything, just the genre, the jive turkeys, and
That was the worst thing you could have been back then. You never wanted to be a jive turkey.
I look, you want to bring that back. That whole saying, bro. There's some jive turkeys around.
Jive. What you talking to, sucker?
Hey, look,
you shot me.
Oh, you just gonna let him? You was a jive. What sucker?
That's sucker, boy. That's real P. That's real. We need to. I want to bring that up later on in the show. This whole pushing P thing that Ghana got going on, bro. We got to provide some context in the origins.
Please,
you know
dude,
what I'm saying?
I heard my daughter saying that. I was like, I don't even want to ask.
We gonna touch on that in the culture when we get on culture. We gonna touch on that. All right.
Please help us sister out.
And speaking of those movies, you know, every second Saturday we show a black exploitation movie at Urban Drinkery here, 2184 9th Avenue South. You guys can come out every second Saturday, 7 to 10 or 7, how long ever the movie is.
Okay,
we're out here.
And when we come back, because we getting ready to go into a mix break.
I was about to say we never play all the mixes.
We gonna play this one, and when we come back, I want to talk to you about Urban Drinkery and what you got going on.
And we gonna make sure she help the people get off this barefoot. It's a lot of us that keep drinking this barefoot. Barefoot had me canceling all the wine. I'm like, I don't even drink wine.
We gonna get into it.
Leave it barefoot.
We gonna get into it. But listen, man, I've enjoyed this dialogue. I've enjoyed just listening. You know what I mean? We connecting. We trying to meet y'all where y'all at. Thank y'all so much for keeping it locked. So I told y'all that we have a feature mix tonight. All right. And this featured mix comes from one of the most talented people I know that I've ever met in my life. Top 5, and he's not 5.
Facts.
And he's not 5.
Top five.
All right, y'all. You know a lot. We know him as a tattoo artist. We know him as a culture enthusiast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's definitely put me on to some very knowledgeable things. He's the one who taught me about YouTube University. He probably don't know that, but just
YouTube
I'm telling you, just to me he's one of the few masters that I done met. You know what I'm saying? And I really hold this cat in high regard, because when he sets his mind to do something, he's gonna do it, and he's gonna excel at it. And one of the things that he done got back to doing is DJing. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about, you know, one of a St. Pete legend, living legend, a GOAT, Brainstorm the Genius. You know what I mean? And he shot us a mix tonight.
Yes, sir.
And I'm very happy about that. I told y'all that I'm going to get my DJ homies involved. You know what I'm saying? So for the next 15 minutes, we just going to take a little mix break. This mix was brought to us, and we going to bring it to you by the homie. I got to say his whole name, Brainstorm the Genius. Shout out to you, Brain. Thank you so much. And we will definitely get more mixes from him. Once again, keep it locked right here. Go ahead, finish putting the food up. Finish wrap. If you ain't wrap the food up, wrap the food up. You know what I'm saying? Take a take a quick shower. You know what I'm saying? And but whatever you do, whatever you do, keep it locked. Keep it locked right here to Power Plug Radio. This episode 3 of the Midnight Oil, y'all. Let's get into this.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
The 86 lock on your head at Decatur, writing rhymes, trying to find our spot off in that light off in that spot. Knowing that we can rock, doing the hole in the wall clubs. This shit here must stop. Like Freeze, we making the crowd move, but we not making no G's, and that's a no.
A 1-2 dope niggas in the Cadillac, they call us. Went from plaguers ball to boss, putting the South up on the map. It's like Little Rock to banging. Niggas say motherfuck that plaguing. They paying, we staying, legging vocals, locales done. Made it with them big boys up in this industry. Outcast, yeah, them niggas they making big noise. Over 1 million sold to this day. Niggas they taking like they 96 gon' be that year that out. Y'all plaguers haters can bite me around this bitch. Yo mama and your cousin too. Going down the strip on the road. Just come and help slam your hand let go. Me and you. Yo mama and your cousin too. Going down the strip on the road. Just come and help slam your hand let go.
Dang lady, you gon' hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you all you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. One day, all them bags gon' get in your way. One day, all them bags gon' get in your way. I said one day. All them bags gon' get in your way. One day, all them bags gon' get in your way. So act like you. Throw in my garbage bag, lady. Let it go, let it go, let it go, let it go. What's a grocery bag, lady? Did you love me better? What's a Gucci bag, lady?
You know I've been searching for someone who can share that special love with me. And your eyes have that glow. Could it be your face I see on my computer screen? Need a special girl sharing my computer world. I no longer need astrology, thanks to my technology. I wanna love you, I wanna love you, baby. I wanna love you, my computer. You know I'm around. Hot sexy mamas to cool
life for the party. And I almost find it's the life for the party. To think I could've almost died. Go help us.
Hey, Mr. Under. You running to my mama, please tell her I said say something. I'm starting to believe ain't no such thing as heaven's trumpets. No after over, this is it done. If there's a heaven, you would think they let you speak to your son. Maybe she has in the form of a baby's laugh I heard passing by in a stroller, reminding me, hey, keep rolling on, no. Maybe she has with the prick of a blade of grass I've been laying on way too long. Got me itchy, got up and roamed a little more. Miss Donda, you see my mama, tell her I'm lost. You see, she'd always light a cigarette. We talk, I would cough, exaggerating a little bit so she get the point. Trying to get her to stop smoking, I would lead and fire up till I quit. Started back up again, 20 years later. All that time, y'all thought we're high, thought I was crazy. My mom, she ain't cut no corners, got me back on track. I don't miss her overstepping, but do miss her showing 7 civilian life. Miss Donda, you see my mama whisper her this. The real reason I was geeked to go to church must confess. When y'all grown-ups would be in Bible study, that girl helping me with my homework, her and I were so pure and so spirit spinning and dirty, so on and so on. We hope that no one heard it. And to this day, I think her mama knew, but let us explore. Miss Donda, you see my father, please ask him why. He never married, always smiled, but was he happy inside? Because I carried my mother's name, did he carry shame with him? I'm sure she did it out of spite, was her decision at birth. She probably would hurt. Poor baby, 2 young people with different views, a lot for a young lady. No coincidence, they both passed away from heart conditions. There's a dissidence at play, dad and mom do hard division. 3,000, poster child for big raised by their mothers. I'm supposed to smile as if God knew that I would be trouble. Keeps me around for what I don't know, but I do know that it's crucial that we do so pronto. I don't know how much long though.
hardly wait till we're alone in my room. You bring the blanket, I'll bring the boom. I know the night is young, but that's just as well. Cause by the time we're through the night, we'll be smooth as hell. Then turn off the TV, we'll be doing it from dawn to dusk. The couple on the screen ain't got nothing on us. We'll make love in slow motion like we're suspended in time. Erotic movements cause our bodies to become intertwined. Tell me girl, are you ready for lust? Tonight I plan on giving you the maximum thrust. You're as soft as a pillow and I'm as hard as steel. Word, I'm up, Cool J, man, I know just how you feel. I'm aroused by your every touch. The very sound of your voice gets my candor up. It seems the longer we do it, it only gets better. So I'ma be like keep sweating, make it last forever. Slow love, we can take our time. Let's not rush the slow love.
not afraid to let you up and leave it. Do your thing, Mary Kay. This for all my folks. For the days that they were lost and broke shit. Only right was stopping to get for props. Came from the block of only finer crops. Do your thing, Mary Kay.
Yes, I do. I'd rather be with you until that day will fly away. I just love that smiling face in the early sun. If I can't have you to myself, then life's no fun.
I'd rather be with you, yeah.
In the same building on the same floor and never met before until I'm overseas on tour and peep this Ethiopian queen from Philly taking classes abroad. She studying film and photo flash focus record. Says she working on a flick and cut my click through the score. She said she loved my show in Paris at Elysee Montmartre and that I stepped off the stage and took a piece of her heart. We knew from the start that things fall apart, intent to shatter. She like, that shit don't matter when I get home. Get at her through letter phone, whatever, let's link, let's get together. Shit, you think not? Think the thought went home and forgot. Time passed, we back in Philly, now she up in my spot. Telling me the things I'm telling her is making her hot. Started building with her constantly round the clock. Now she in my world like hip hop and keep telling me, yeah.
If you were worried about where I've been a who I saw, look around with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me. If you were worried about where I've been a who I saw, with my homies, baby, don't worry, you know that you got me.
Blessings, bitches in my section. Y'all with all this money, I'm obsessive. Weapons, turning off y'all extras, turning off this bullshit direction, turning up my grind, waking up to more pressure, but it's all in your mind, so I never feel pressure. Know it's all in due time. Now running stacking like Tetris. Hustle hard is my message. Then double back and get extras. Know I spaz when I catch it. Yellow bone, white Lexus. All black tint, two white cups, fat gold chain, Sprite Texas. I'm just young and I'm reckless. I'm just on for my section. I'm just out here on top speed with my top down and I'm revving. I don't know about hell. I don't know about heaven. All I know is about right now, and this lifestyle is interesting. Ice down in my session, I just write down his confessions. Niggas died, got life around me, I guess that I'm an exception. Blessed ocean views, small circle, it's the chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. Bust a pound and we rolled the few. I talk shit, but she know it's true. Ocean views, small circle, it's the chosen few. I wrote it down and I followed through. Bust a pound and we rolled the few. Talk shit, but she know it's true.
Put your hands to the constellations. The way you look should be a sin. You my sensation. I know I'm preaching to the congregation. We love Jesus, but you done learned a lot from Satan.
You are in the mix with the Juniors.
I mean, a nigga did a lot of waiting. We ain't married, but tonight I need some consummation. May the Lord forgive us, may the God be with us. In that magic hour, I seen good Christians make rash decisions. Oh, she do it, to religion. Oh, she lose it. She putting on her makeup. She casually allured. Text message breakups, the casualty of tours. How she gon' wake up and not love me no more? I thought I was the asshole. I guess it's rubbing off. Hood phenomenon, the LeBron rhyme. Hard to be humble when you stunting on a jumbotron. I'm looking at her like this what you really wanted, huh? Why we argue anyway? Oh, I forgot it's summertime. Put your hands to the constellation. The way you look should be a sin. You my sensation. I've said a word to me this evening.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.
And we are back. Thank y'all so much for keeping it locked right here. The episode 3 of the Midnight Oil right here on Power Plug Radio. I hope y'all enjoyed that mix. That was fire.
Yes. I'm reading the comments right now. A lot of people enjoyed the mix.
That was fire.
A lot of people, yeah.
Shout out to the good brother Brainstorm the Genius. I will be hitting you back up.
Yes.
And to
Awesome
my
mix.
yes, it was. And to my DJ homies, I will be in your inboxes. I will be in your inboxes. I need that. You know, I'm a real. I ain't even gonna speak on that. I ain't even gonna speak on it. But boy, the night when I get it, it's a specific person that I want to mix from. And yeah, I'm just gonna say he's from Texas.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So we need that in our life.
Some of
So
that boss hole.
So we back, y'all. And if you just not tuning in, thank you. If you stayed tuned in, thank you. And I'm gonna reiterate it some more. If you want to tune in, download the app in the Apple Store on Google Play. Tell Alexa to play Power Plug Radio. Go on the website www.powerplugradio.com. Subscribe to the Power Plug Radio YouTube channel. Feel free to leave your comments. Thank y'all for to those that are doing that right now. And feel free to call up to the station if you want to join in on the conversation. If you like what you hear, if you want to add something, if you want to ask something, 727-686-0512. And we are sitting down with the bosses, the CEOs, the visionaries of Power Plug Radio, Chandra Allison and Charlene Emmanuel Swain. Thank y'all for hanging out with us. So I said when we came back from the mix break, I was gonna talk to you, Chandra.
Yes,
so
yes.
we just to give y'all just a bit of a backdrop, we are in we set up, we're hunkered down
Hunkered down.
in the back of a like I told you, these are black entrepreneurs, black women doing things. And Chandra has a very unique business. Tell us about your business that you putting together.
Oh, yes, I have a wine bar, guys. Yeah, really cool, swanky, wonderful vibe. Just a wine bar. You can come hang out and catch a vibe with good music. I see you grabbing your little neck back there like Mark.
I like my
little
wine.
tang.
I like my red wine.
Yes, and yes, you can come enjoy black owned wines, different types of wines. But yes, I do house black owned wines. That was something I really wanted to do, is get our people into wine, because wine is really good. You could do different things with the cheeses and all that stuff. It's a good combination, and I want to get people hip to that.
And it's a good experience.
It's a wonderful place. It is. It really is. But yes, Urban Drinkery. I call it my sanctuary, my lab, all of just a peaceful place to come hang out. And it is located at 2184 9th Avenue South. And yeah, people, I started it last year. January actually made a year. For me, so I'm happy about that. And it came about, during COVID.
So much beauty, so much beauty came out of that.
It was
this lady here saved our lives. Those of us who were frontline workers, she saved our lives. She was like, one day she called me, she said, you know what, I'm gonna go to bartender school. And 2 weeks later, she was selling jars. Listen, I can't tell you how many jars I have in my house, because me and all my coworkers was picking up 2 at a time, because it saved our lives.
Wow.
I did. I did decide to go to bartending school, because I just wanted to get the technical part down. I was already mixing. I'm gonna be honest with you, alcohol has been in my life since I was born. And not even in a bad way. It brings people together. You remember, with your family and stuff.
Right.
You're always having a cocktail and things like that. So that's how it came. My grandma actually. Well, if you're from the country, you know about this drink called Buck.
I thought you was about to say moonshine.
Moonshine too. But also there's the one called Buck, and you make it with corn. And my grandma used to make that. So that's where I probably get a lot of that mixing and trying different things from. And then, like I said, I was always mixing drinks for friends and things like that. I was always the bartender, and I volunteered myself because I enjoyed it. So, speed up to 2020. Like I decided to start making drinks. I was just, like I say, mixing at home, and I tried it out on all my friends, picked out, the best ones, and I actually came up with a whole line, and it's 4 of them actually, different flavors
of yours that you came up with.
Isn't one of your flavors lemonade, right?
Yeah, well, one of the flavors is lemon basil. That's a
that one
mix right there.
I had that one.
That's a fan favorite. Also, a fan favorite is the cognac berry, and those are for my Hennessy drinkers. Now, some people like Hennessy. They like the effects of it. It might be a little hard for them to drink.
When I do, I've been transitioning into red wine, but my love is cognac.
Yeah,
I thought I was a bit dog.
You would love the cognac berry.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, that's a fan favorite. And with the cognac berry, there's a VSOP one that's coming out too. So hold on for that.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on for that.
I was just telling her.
So like I said, the different flavors. You got lemon basil, you got cognac berry, you got the Hawaiian, which is the tequila one. And then you have the rum one. No, the woo, which is another vodka, and that's a cherry vodka. Yeah, make you say woo 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 woo. That's what they tell me. They make me say woo woo woo.
I like it.
But so I do have my own mixed drink line, which are considered liqueurs, and I also have a brick and mortar where you can come enjoy those cocktails, enjoy the wine, enjoy whatever I decide I want to create. That's the beauty of it. I can create whatever in here.
That's a beautiful experience.
So
listen.
You said something, and it reminded me of something I recently heard, where they said that you said how your grandmother was a buckmaker, and how this was something that you sort of naturally gravitated to. And I was listening to, I don't remember where I heard this. It must have been on probably TikTok or Instagram, I don't know. But they were saying that our ancestors sort of passed down sort of instructions and coding. And whenever we're doing things in life that seem to come easy to us, or we gravitate to, those are the instructions that we pass down. And those are the things that we're supposed to be doing. So if you're doing something and it's difficult and it's hard and you're constantly battling, it's because you were never programmed with those instructions.
Yeah.
And so like you were programmed with those instructions. That's why, it's like flowing from you like that, you know?
That might be an
Facts. I was just telling her facts as well offline, because I know a lot of my people. All right, you just put me back on wine. I just had to make sure I say that on air. Put me back on wine. I have a new respect and interest in wine now, because it was just the wine that I was drinking. Woo. The wine that I was drinking.
Right, you woke up unhappy.
Whole lot of headaches. I'm like, yo, I ain't never had no drink that just made my head hurt. I just don't do wine. But yeah, I'm back on.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when you find that one that like works for you, you was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
I'm still trying to learn like brands, but I know I like red wine, and I know I like.
I love
my
some
wine
Pinot
better.
Grigio.
Yeah. Hit you in that bitter spot.
Just a little bit, just not too hard. I like my wine. I like it kind of dry.
I know.
just a tad dry. You know
So
what I'm saying?
it's been a year. When I first walked into this space, I felt it. I was like, this is where it needs to be. You know, this is where it needs to be. So I took a year to build it. I wasn't on anybody's time but my own.
Oh, that's
because I know, how I want it to look. In collaboration, of course, with my daughter, because she's a part owner of it all.
Hey.
So, collaborations with her. And we, excuse the background noise.
And hold up, and just real quick for the record, because I just want to get this across. If you, how old is Jam?
Jam is 22. Yes, it's 22.
Let's get it.
She just said that she's in collaborations with her 22-year-old daughter, who's the part owner of her business.
Yes.
Message.
She left out the most important part, though.
What?
She is located on the historic.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna get into that. No. I'm glad
See,
you.
John very calculated.
I was finna get into that.
John very calculated.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah,
Listen, it be plenty of times I be cutting him off. He be like, "Hold on, I was getting to that."
I'm finna get into that.
You
Go
know,
ahead.
his historic juices has that entrepreneur spirit. This was the Black Wall Street back in the day.
Yes.
So it was very important for us to be here. I used to be co-owner of Annie's Beauty Supply. That used to be right here.
Wow.
And another conjuring more entrepreneur spirit with that. You know what I'm saying? So but it was important because of what went down over here. All these ancestors, all of this, just everything. This goodness over here. It's all over here.
Yes.
So when I came into this space, I walked through it, and it's funny because back here was what was going to be urban back here.
Yeah.
But I really wanted that out there, the patio, but somebody else had it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go for it anyway and just get back here. But like I say, it was meant for me to be here. I end up with the space out there, the original one that I wanted. So I was like, yes, that's another situation that's letting me know I'm supposed to be right here. So it took a year to build, and what you see out there now is this is the baby right here. This is the place. So I'm very proud of it. It's a scary situation because entrepreneurship is scary. But I was willing to take that bull by the horns and
it's
and
worth
do
the risk
thing.
every time, ain't it?
It
worth the
really
risk.
is. And I sit back and think about it because Urban Drinkery was just some words on a paper. It really was.
Let's hold up. Let's stick with that. Stay right there. Because we it sounds like we about to get into manifestation.
Let's talk about it.
We was gonna touch on it.
How important to you, and I want both of y'all to answer this, to have something start in your mind.
Right.
It starts up here first, and then you put it on paper, and then and then you just
continue to build.
Explain to us your process, what you learning from it. You know what I mean, and how it shaped you into a person that you see yourself to be maybe 5-10 years from now.
Right. Well, my process is I think about it. I almost like obsess about it. And then of course, you write it down. You write your plan down of how you want it to go. And that's what I did. I put a whole structure on a piece of paper on how, this is going to be. And I also tell people that vision boards are very important. Very important. Them things are magical, man. Magical. And so I had my setup and I would look at it every day. This is this is how it's gonna go. I like I said, I didn't have a location, I didn't have all that, but I know what I wanted to serve. I know what type of drinks I wanted to put out, and all of that. So like you say, like manifesting these things, and I just kept thinking about it. I mean, I made even a music playlist on the sound of urban. Oh, and that's another thing, guys. I am going to come out with the sound of urban drinkery because we have some bomb music that we play. So
we are been around for some conversation.
Soundtrack. It really does. Urban drinking has a soundtrack. So, and and just really just thinking about it and just moving in that direction. You know what I'm saying? Put myself in situations where I'm bartending. And I forgot all about that whole situation. Me bartending and things like that. And but when I walked up on the space, that's when it really started to soar. Because now I have something, tangible, and I can build on it and keep it going. And like when I first walked in, I didn't know how I wanted it to be really, but I knew this is where what it needed to be.
See, I feel like I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's hard to explain. You go off feeling.
It's a feeling.
Yeah. You go off feeling, man.
That feeling.
It's a feeling.
It's almost like you got to get your mind, body, and spirit in line. And I keep going back to what you say about your why. I feel like when your why is in line with your intention, like that's where it starts. Like everything that we with Power Plug Radio, even with, the direction I'm moving with My Better Living, with Urban Drinkery, all of it at some point started as a thought, and then it manifested into words. Like, we talked about this. Like we sat there and said, we want to own our own radio station. Like she said, we dreamt about it. We talked about how we wanted it to feel. We talked about, and even all of that is like working it into life. You're telling the universe what is it that you want, and you're being very specific. Right. I feel like, when you're manifesting and when you're being intentional, you need to be very specific about what you are wanting, and your why needs to be in line with your intention, and that's how things just start attracting, and you put yourself in those spaces. Closed mouths don't get fed.
Preach.
Yes.
You said something. You know what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say I feel like I look at manifestation like being the quarterback and the receiver all at the same time.
Right.
When you write it down and you put your goals and your dreams up in the air, you said something that really stuck out. You work towards it. Yeah. You seen it every day, you visualize it every day, but you were putting down the action. So as long as you're running those routes, you've already sent it in the air.
Yeah.
You know the ball, as long as you run that route, the ball will land in your hands. So it's really a two-way street of, writing it down, visualizing it, really believing that it could be possible. But because there's a lot of people that believe that that's all manifestation is, you cannot forget the work that you have to put in behind it.
Yeah, that's
what I mean.
Yeah, people don't see that.
People don't. I'm manifesting. I wrote it down.
I
wrote it down.
Let me tell you, when it was right. Is first, yes, faith without works is dead. I mean, it was been plenty of times when I had to sit down and be like, what am I doing here? Like my vision is gone. I'm like, I ain't know what the next step was.
And I'm learning that that's okay.
Yes,
I'm learning that.
Yes.
I think we live, in being certain.
Right.
I know this, and
that's real.
If you don't know, you ain't got no business. But it's like
you live in a society where people feel like you can Google anything in a few seconds. So you want to sit down and plan everything out to a T. But I love how you guys talk about sometimes you just have to jump right in, and learn as you go.
Yeah. So we can be so fact driven and so logical. But it's like it's like some people. Like I said, I need concrete evidence.
Right.
I need to be certain.
Right.
But
I need a sign.
What's faith?
Right. Yeah.
What's faith? Faith is basically believing in something that you have yet to see.
Right. That's why I say you believe in yourself, believe in your vision. It's all of that.
Yeah. And people think it's preachy and it's churchy, but it's real.
It is
rules for life and rules for living, and you're absolutely right. A lot of people think that it's churchy, but it's really like universal law.
It
right?
is.
So one of the things that when we're talking about the word of the year, and I said my word was consistency, a lot of times where I sometimes get stuck, and probably a lot of us, and Chandra, you mentioned something is like the how.
Right.
I know I want this, and this, and I know I'm capable of working towards A, B, C, and D. I just don't know how that end result. And I said, and I was just having this conversation with somebody the other day, is that sometimes we just got to stop worrying about the how.
Right.
If you just can be consistent, keep showing up, keep working towards the things that are within your power to do, to work towards that goal. I remember there was a saying, it was a movie, if you build it, they will come.
I was just about to say that.
Field of dreams.
Field of dreams.
If you build it, they will come.
Yep.
So you just keep showing up.
Yeah.
Like Chandra would show up to this place when it would, y'all go to Urban Drinkery. Is it Urban Drinkery _2020 on Instagram? And y'all will see a video of how the bare bones of what she walked into compared to what it is now. And even when this place didn't have a bar, even when it didn't have a TV, even when it wasn't looking all California-ish, she kept showing up to this space and kept showing up to this, this vibe here with the intention of one day that it was going to be what she wanted it to be. And so
you mentioned attraction and attracting things, and me, I want to stick right there for a second, because I know me, I have these conversations with myself, and I try to be like, what should I be attracting and what should I be chasing? Am I chasing something I should be attracting? Am I attracting something I should be, chasing?
That's that debate right there.
And it's I have a lot of conversations with myself.
Same here.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
same.
And I think
sometimes that's what keep me up at night, because I'm like going over in my head, like, okay, I gotta get this. It's a lot.
The geniuses of the world, we do it. We do it.
And I can definitely attest to, I don't have this, or I'm not able to this, that, and well, you know what? I'm starting to realize too, like, I think sometimes we don't know how resourceful we are. It's not necessarily about money or having this particular knowledge of something, but you know what? I don't have, but you ever scroll through your phone and just been like, I never hit this person up. And they've been, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you talk about attracting, like, I think it's just one of them things where you start, like you mentioned, son, you just start, and you doing it with this type of spirit. You doing things with a certain type of fervor, and the right people gonna catch it.
Facts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The right people gonna catch it.
Yeah.
It's gonna let off. It's gonna let off something.
That's true.
Some people will sit there and watch you, and they just, but certain people are gonna be like, I see you, man, or you know what I'm saying? I wanna.
That just happened to me recently. So one of the things that I said, and Chandra, you mentioned this about showing up in 2022 and being consistent. And when I say being consistent, not only being consistent with myself, but just being consistent in answering the phone, being consistent in, just being present for people, being present in a space, being present for conversations. And I got a phone call the other day, and 2021 and 2020 probably would have ignored the phone call because I was being a little hermit, and I really was just like, I don't have the energy. But you know what? I keep telling myself, you're going to answer the phone because you're going to show up. And the person that was calling me called me to tell me that they saw what I was doing and they liked what I was doing. And, with the health and wellness, and they was like, we want you to be our ambassador. Or, we got this initiative. Blah,
Talk
blah,
about
blah, blah.
attraction.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And that's not even something on my radar. That's just me consistently showing up, doing what I said that I want to do.
Yeah.
Not knowing how anything else is going to fall into place.
Right. You walking in it. You got to walk in
keep every day doing the things that you say you want to do.
Facts. Facts. Similar story when Jai hit me up about this podcast, because it's crazy. I was telling him like, yeah, man, I kind of want to transition into a more of a personality space. And then out of nowhere, he just was like, yeah, man, I got this podcast. But, at the time, it was, I just need somebody to come with moral support. You know what I'm saying?
That's all I needed was just some moral support, because I don't listen, man.
I was like, cool, I'm going to just come anyway just to see, what's going on.
Listen,
but
having a second is helpful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Smart people ask for help.
Yes. Yes.
Smart people ask for
they say
help.
people that don't ask for help, you just come from a background where you had to do everything all by yourself.
And it don't have to be like that.
And it really don't. It don't.
It doesn't have to be like that.
I had to learn how to ask for help.
Ask for help.
You
same
ask.
Same
Like,
here. It's hard. It is hard.
Asking you shall receive, seeking you shall find.
It's been kind of hard.
But like they say, like if your dreams don't scare you, they ain't big enough.
Facts.
Tell me about it. So tell me that you haven't and tell me that you haven't woke yourself up scared where things are falling in line and you scare yourself at the possibility.
Yes.
Like
that's when that imposter syndrome starts to come in. That's when the imposter syndrome starts to come in, and you have to remind yourself, oh no, that was me showing out then, and that was me showing out there. That's how I got this.
Yeah.
Facts.
It's a real thing, man. It's a real thing. Like, when people really say, like we can be in our own way, and I think it's just, you're speaking on the mind thing,
right?
You know what I mean? And like I said earlier, me, not feeling like I got this type of person. I don't really be, I can't be up there talking to people because, I'm a private person, and just looking at, looking out in the world, and got a tendency to do stuff for exposure, and I'm not one of them people. I'm not really trying to. If I'm gonna look foolish or I'm gonna look stupid, it's gonna be. I want it to be for the right thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to say I'm looking foolish because I know deep down I'm trying to do something for the greater good of people, not just because I'm just trying to just.
I feel you.
I just want some attention, or I'm just trying to be. No, it's like no, I.
But people like you are the most addicting on the internet. To other people, because real is rare, authenticity is rare in 2022. So when you have people, the best example I got is SZA, Doja Cat.
Yeah,
people that are just literally showing their unique personality and always being them. Even if they go online and be like, "Yo, I don't feel like being bothered today. I'm tired of this." That's more attractive than somebody that's on Finstagram just showing us the highlight reels.
Right.
Yeah, I think speaking, with
je ne sais quoi. Je ne sais quoi.
You either got it or you don't. Yeah.
Okay. I like it like that. I like to say it like that. Je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
I think.
I'm there. Had me believe it. See? There you go.
But I think just just wanting to because I'm sitting here with purpose driven people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like at the end of the day though, I feel like we were all put here to serve. I feel like that's I feel like that's everybody's purpose through whatever gift, talent, skill, interest that you have. I really feel like to find the service in that is everybody's purpose. How you choose to do it and who you choose to serve is totally up to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think, where I'm at now, because I wasn't always there. It's like knowing better and doing better ain't the same. It's you, just because you know better don't mean that's a choice.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? It's really a choice. So just realizing like not just like the era of my own ways, but also too looking at people.
Yeah.
And being like, I like passionate people. It's something about a passionate person that let off something. It's like, damn, they on fire.
When you see a passionate person in their element, in their space, whatever it is, whether it's teaching, music, nursing. It's like, yo, you were meant to be here.
You know what I'm saying?
You over excel at this job. You don't even try hard.
I like being around
Don't
people
feel like work.
that.
Don't
You
feel
know
like
what I'm
work.
saying? And
Facts.
you know, to be passionate about something that can look, you know, because we all, you know, a lot of you just want to look cool. You don't want to look like this, and you don't. You gotta stop worrying about it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. I feel like being on fire about something, and then just having somebody that, you know what, like perfect example. I grew up. One of my favorite people in the history of all time is Muhammad Ali.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, just being a black man at that, I feel like he was made for that specific era, because nothing will come to that, just that type of representation. But his homie Bundini, Bundini wasn't necessarily a trainer or nothing like that. Bundini say, you the great, you know what, you are the greatest. You know what I'm saying? Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Young man, you're wrong with young man. But just having somebody like, you know what? You are that. You know what I'm saying? You are. So when I'm looking at y'all, and then that sisterhood, like, you know, validating each other. You didn't look for that, but you let off something. That person is worthy to be validated, because this is how they enrich my life, or this is what I see them doing, and this is how it inspires me to have that. And we need more of that. You know what I mean? Because you can you know it's supposed to start with you. Don't get me wrong, but man, when you got people around you, you don't need a lot of people.
Right.
You don't need a lot of people. You got about one or two. You can make some shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can really make some things happen. And like I just, you know, if y'all listening, like, I encourage everybody, be on fire about what you're doing. Be serious about what you're doing. Be intentional about what you're doing, whether it's small or big, and trying to find the service in that. How can you connect with people? How can you meet people where they at? You know what I'm saying? How do people, you know, like, I don't be seeing what a lot of people seeing me, but it's like sometimes I do think about that. Like, I'm trying to look through the scope of other people. Like, what is that I give off? Like, I don't see that. I can be, you know, I'm confident enough to say I ain't always confident all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is I give off. So sometimes I be like, wow, how I look when I do this.
And to be quite honest,
I was gonna bring that up on the show.
I don't like the sound of my own voice. Like, I don't, like, somebody said to me the other day, you know, I love hearing you talk. Like, it's very distinctive, and it makes your head turn.
And it's like, for real?
And I'm like, girl,
I mean,
I'm like, I just, like, I rarely go back and watch my shows because I don't want to hear myself, because I'm like cringing the whole time.
I love your voice. It's giving salt and pepper.
But when people give that back to you, it's like, that's the reflection that you given. And I had to learn to just embrace that and be okay with accepting that. That, you know, that's what you were reflecting. Like, you know, that charisma, or, you know, that personality, you know, like that cool, calm, smooth jazz over here, you know.
yeah, man. So it's I think it's so important, you know, going back to solidarity. Speaking of that, you know, because I can see without y'all mentioning it. Well, I mean, you know, we've had you know, powwows, like, you know, meetings or whatever, but I see that, you know, where y'all trying to go, and I guess I just want to kind of talk on team building. And getting back to the radio station and the things that y'all want to implement, because y'all done told me away from, you know, like, where y'all see the brand, the station going in the next 3 years, maybe 5 years. What is it that you want to do with Power Plug Radio?
I want to take over the world.
Damn right.
I'm joking. I'm joking, but I'm not joking. But I think that sorry, not sorry. We're gonna take over. I think that we both are in agreement that, you know, two things. One, we want to bring that vibe to people. The podcast network that's been created, you know, I really want every show that's on Power Plug has a unique audience. It speaks to a unique segment. You know how you were talking about the collective, and how even amongst our people, we have people that are into different things. And I think that Power Plug Radio is a great example of all the ways that we are diverse,
I
all the
agree.
ways that we are different. And then we're united by throwback music, right? So you have your throwback music, and then you can stay around for your podcast network, and you can catch your favorite show. I think in the next 3 to 5 years, we want more people to experience that. We want more businesses to tap into the power of internet. One thing that COVID has done is pushed us to a virtual world.
Right.
Even Facebook has gone meta.
Yeah.
So
We'll touch on that, but
it's pushed us to a virtual world, and there's a lot of new businesses, new entrepreneurs, and I want them to be able to tap into our listeners and be able to say, hey, come by with us. We want to be a place where you can hear about a new product and hear about a new event. I think that one of the things that we want to get back to, because we used to do this when we had On the Beat St. Pete, is get back to live events as well, local live events, and being a presence in this community, bringing back some of the he says, she says.
I was going to say, speaking of live events.
Yeah, speaking of live events, next month we're starting the Happy Hour Hustle right here at Urban, at Urban from 6 to 9. The first one is going to kick off on February 17th. It's going to be in conjunction with the Deuces Live Block Party, really just trying to bring people and resources and really bringing back the historic Deuces. But I'm going to let Chandra talk about the plan for historic Deuces, because she's actually one of the board members.
So this is a thing. Because I've heard this little rumblings of this for some years. So go ahead and shed some light on that, please.
Well, the Deuces, like I said, I'm on the board of the Deuces. We are getting a facelift over here. Some new things. Pavilion is coming out there in the field. IMA is building their legacy center over here in the field. So, even with 22nd South down there, things are popping there. I mean, the idea is to get people walking back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Just to make this the happening, exactly, just like a Central, make this the happening spot. Yeah. And we're, with Urban, even to take it another step further, I'm into distilling, creating my own vodka and rums.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. And tequilas now, that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love tequila, but I do have to go to Mexico for that. Yeah. You can't do that here. You have to go over there and do it. But
that's the reason to get up out of here.
Oh yeah, but that's the main goal right there. I do want my own distillery, and I'm making the vodkas and bottling things up and things like that. So with the Deuces, we just wanted to make it a happening place to be, inspirational place to be. When you got all these black businesses around here, and it make people want to do something, So yeah,
what? Now that I think about it, I've done a lot of gigs on this show.
You have,
yeah,
you have.
I love everything that happens in this area.
Yeah, because every third Thursday, that's the Happy Hour Hustle. The Deuces Block Parties. Yes. So it's a lot of things to do, and we want people to really come down here to engage, to kind of marinate all in this and network. Yeah,
big shout out to Dr. Butler. Because it was her that booked me last year when she put together a string of events right on the Deuces.
Shout out to the Well.
Yes, shout out to the Well.
Kenyatta Rucker Bell Bondsman.
Yeah.
Harrison, the photography.
Yeah.
Man, we're doing
a lot of black women that got businesses around.
When we don't play. Who run the world?
It's 8 black women-owned businesses right in this corridor here. Women. So that's what I'm saying. When we have these third Thursdays, or whenever we have something on the Deuces, y'all come out, support, man. Come out, man. I'm telling you. We listen. This is our block, man, and we can get it popping. We just got to participate and elevate. That's what we are.
I don't know why we talking and I'm listening to you. Just both of y'all. You're passionate about 22nd, and I had a vision of Snow Peak in my mind.
Yeah, man, Snow Peak.
Just the whole feeling of just going to Snow Peak. You know what I mean? But I couldn't agree more. This was like once upon a time. This was what black people was going, you know, the Harlem Renaissance,
right?
bro.
Exactly. We couldn't go past 15th. This was our area. They had a little store. Mrs. Barco still stays here from years ago when they had the little store out here, and she still stays right here. Cool lady, you know.
Connie's done
yeah.
been holding.
Then you got Lorraine.
Yeah. I was about to say, I'm a child of
38 years plus.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm a child of the Boys and Girls Club.
Esquire Barbershop,
we was always
down
at Miss
here,
Lorraine.
you know. Tony Macon. I'm telling you,
you feel me? Big
the Royal
Theater.
The Royal Theater.
That gotta come back. That was
and they show movies there. You know what I'm saying? Stuff for the kids and things like that. We do all that. I mean, Urban. We're open Thursday through Sunday.
That's amazing.
Now we are gonna start in February. Urban Brew House, where 7 a.m. to 1, we're doing coffee Monday through Sunday. We got the coffee shop, and then it turns into Urban Drinkery Thursday through Sunday, 5 to 11. Yeah, so the coffee shop is coffee, tea, and boba. Okay,
coming for that boba. I'm coming for that boba. I gotta get that boba. Yeah, don't forget the boba.
Where y'all found this guy, man? Where y'all found this guy?
So,
and when I say this guy, I'm talking about Ardell. I'm talking about where y'all found
our
this
general
guy.
manager. So when you say where are we going in the new year, you know, one of the things that Chandra and we wear so many hats. So you know, I think that what we had this conversation the other day where we're like, you know, Power Plug Radio was something that, you know, we're passionate about, that we do. We've kind of stepped in the backgrounds and was producing and kind of running things. We also in the midst of our journeys created a nonprofit organization.
That's the way to do it, though.
We created a nonprofit organization which we consider as our service to the community. And then, you know, she has Urban Drinkery and I have My Better Living, which is like our passions of things that we walk in. And one of the things that we did in this new year was hire a general manager who, you know, Ardell comes to us with experience from, you know, radio in both, you know, Gainesville, New Jersey, New York, you know, has worked at different radio stations, and he's bringing some knowledge to us. You know, it's like a great partnership. You know, Jam, what people don't know about Jam, our chief producer, is that she's actually a gamer. And I'm talking about
we didn't talk
like Nintendo. Like we talking about like what's it called, Jam? Minecraft.
You be on PC?
No, she corrected me. It's not Minesweeper. It's Minecraft. She's like a professional gamer. So
a Twitch affiliate.
A Twitch affiliate.
So
I don't know what that means.
That means she got a lot of people watching.
This is.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. She's
money.
professional.
She make money playing games.
And so this is a great like partnership that's going to usher us into, you know, a new Power Plug Radio. Right.
Man, shout out to technology. God.
We steady climbing.
Yeah.
And listen, like he's you know, we talked to the ancestors and they answered.
Literally, we talked about this, right? So Chandra and I tell you, we talk all the time. Hey girl, call me. And I have my vision board. And we were talking about, you know, we need like a manager. We need like an operations manager. I said, okay, while we were on the phone, I said, let me go ahead and write this on the vision board. We need an operations manager. We need this. We need that. Blah, 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 blah. And boom. He just showed up.
And I'm
gonna say shout out.
He literally just showed up. Like, I don't know where. Like
that's how it be happening sometimes.
I showed up with the resume, but I just want to say, you know, shout out to Malik Waters. Shout out to Malik Waters. He's the one who actually was telling me about Ardell
dope
and all the stuff he's
he
doing.
He literally just showed up.
So you know, it was
like
wonderful. Listen, heaven
what's
sent. I'm serious. So that's how I know, like, we walking in the right direction, man. Like, this is just a wonderful feeling, overwhelming feeling at times, but wonderful overall. And I just want to thank all the shows that's on here, and I stress this about people's time. Your time, that's the most valuable thing you can give to a person, and we just over the moon, over the top appreciative of all that's involved with Power Plug. You know what I'm saying? We started with just us, and now we have like 40 maybe. If we put all these shows together and all the people, I think It's about 40 on staff, man, and we didn't. You know, we sit back and was like, wow, 40.
That's dope.
You know, we just thankful.
You said your time. You said your time. I was at work today in the elevator thinking about that. And I was listening to it was some years ago, an interview John B was doing.
John
yeah,
B.
John B.
Right.
I forgot what station it was on. It was John B. And he was and of course, you know, they asked him about, you know, what it was like to work with Tupac. I can't remember what the show was. Somebody had a late night show they was taking a stab at. But he was on a late night show and he was talking about what it was like to work with Tupac. And I always remember what he said, that the last thing, you know, he remembered Tupac said to him. He said he just met him once. And, you know, and I was in the studio. And he told him, he said, Tupac told me, he said, don't waste your time, don't waste your talent. Don't waste your time, don't waste your talent. I think, you know, just, you ever just like been sitting on something? You feel like you've been sitting on something and not just been like putting it to use. I, like even me, like right now, I feel like it's not even things. It's not I'd be like I don't like wow I don't know as much as I thought, but the things that I do know, I'm not even putting it to use. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what more do I need to pack on top of what I don't? You know, what more I haven't even. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't put this to use. So what's the point of me doing that unless I utilize that? And it was just like, all right, John, you know, you got time, but you ain't got no time. You know,
I think that we sit and wait until a situation is perfect or feels right.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to do it afraid because it's never, you know, that's like when people say, well, you know, I'm not ready for kids, or I'm not ready. You're never going to be ready for kids. You know, ain't no playbook, don't know how to raise. They have this, what
ain't
you
no magical dollar amount.
Yeah. Child, throw it out the window.
Thank you. Child, boo. Throw it out.
Boy, look at him.
Ain't no magical dollar amount. Like once I say
it's really not.
And I say it's also important to give yourself grace. So you know when we was back talking about that, you do, and I just learned that at 42. You know what I'm saying? You got to give myself grace because boy, you can be really hard on yourself.
You really can,
and it'll hinder you too.
I watched a video that said if somebody said the things to you that you say to yourself, you wouldn't be friends with them.
I'd punch him in the face.
You wouldn't even be friends with them. You be ready to do what you got to do.
Ready to fight.
I was like, okay, facts.
You're human, so you know, come on, like
man. We got 10 minutes left. I was gonna do a mix, or I wanted to go into a mix, but we got one in the hole.
Hey, I'm with whatever.
yes. We
I gotta ask y'all a question.
Who?
Our two, you know what I'm saying? I guess. Did we make you guys feel comfortable? Did you enjoy this?
Listen, this has been the best. Yeah.
Yes. I'm so happy to hear that.
Listen, I'm up now. Yeah.
Same.
She gonna have some lemon basil.
You know what? And I want to say thank you to Ardell, the AD, because I talked to y'all about it, you know, and I think it was the night we had that, you know, the meeting where we was on the Zoom, and he didn't say a lot, but he said enough for me, like, I'm finna hit bro up. You know what I'm saying? He said, I remember what he said, and he said like two things, like, I'm finna hit bro up. I'm finna pick his brain. And I told him what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know, I told him what I wanted to do and what I wanted this to be about. And I'm like, I don't want to do it if it's not going to be effective.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it if I know I'm not gonna, you know, be, you know, as best as I could be. You know what I mean? What with your knowledge, like, what?
Oh, we got a caller?
Really?
Hello?
Thank you for calling.
Hi, I just want to say I only catch the tail end of the Midnight Oil, but I'll be so excited to listen. And I want to just give a shout out to Power Plug and Midnight Oil because you guys are doing an awesome job. I don't know if Jack's going to recognize his voice, but keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, guys. You guys are awesome.
I love you.
Love you too, baby.
Oh, damn. That's so cute. I ain't gonna flex. I got dumb excited because I'm like, oh, neither one of us know who this is.
I seen the name. Yeah.
That's dope. Thank you for calling in, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Ain't your bedtime though.
But like I was saying, I hit him up. You know what I mean? It was just like, hey man, you know, just picking his brain. Like, what can I do, or what things should I look out for, or whatever? And he gave it to me. And I wanted to interview y'all sooner, but he was like, I think you should
let the audience soak into the vibes.
Yeah, you know
for
what
a
I'm
minute.
saying? Hold off.
Yes.
Maybe like the first, maybe like the first couple of episodes, and just give them, you know, get them used to you or whatever. But I had it in my mind, and I want to say, you know, thank you. Shout out to my homie TJ. You know, I was like, man, I want to have guests and this, that, and the third. I don't know who should, because I want to make the first one the most special. He was like, just look around and see where you work at. This and that. He was like, who run it? He was like, you know, and then I thought, just from curating shows, you know, because a lot of people still don't know what it. Thank you. A lot of people still don't know what it is.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's fine. But I think, you know, just from, you know, rubbing shoulders, knowing what I know and study what I study. And you ever watch that show? It's a complex show. I hate doing that one. I can't remember the name. But they talk to a lot of executives, CEOs, managers. What is it called? But you know what I'm talking about, right? Dang, I can't think of the name. But they, like I said, they talk to a lot of CEOs. They talk to managers. They talk to just, you know, curators, movers and shakers, of people who, you know, this brand, you know, this thing, or you know, this artist, but the person that's next to them, or the person that's behind them, that's doing these things, like, that's who you need that's the brain that you need to pick. And I thought that, you know, it would be very important for people to know who y'all are. You know what I'm saying? To put a face to the work. You know, we hear a lot about Power Plug Radio. I know anybody that done frequented the South Side, they done seen, you know, the lights around here. You know what I mean? But I just thought it was important. It meant something to me. You know what I mean? To bring y'all on. And I definitely learned quite a bit. I've really felt connected. I feel good knowing that, you know, some of the things that I think, or some of the things that I feel, you know what I mean? I ain't crazy. I know I ain't crazy. You know what I mean? Because this is, I feel like it's universal when you trying to do something and you trying to do it, and it's service built. It's a service brand. You know what I mean? And I hope that everybody listening learned something and was able, you know what I mean, to connect, you know. So wherever y'all at, you know what I mean, because I know some people, like I said, they sitting up in the bed, laying on the couch, you know, you probably in the gym, you know what I mean, or whatever it is that you're doing, you know, you probably up. If you up during these hours, you probably trying to figure something out.
Or you might be just catching up on your way to work. You know, sometimes they check us out the next day.
You know what I'm saying? Something you up for a reason, and I really hope that y'all soaked in everything that these two beautiful women were talking about, sharing their experiences and their knowledge. You know, and I hope it provided some type of inspiration, some type of motivation to just keep going. Just keep going. You know what I mean? Don't think about. Or don't let it derail. I can't say don't think about it because it's hard. Don't let it derail you. Don't let it stop you. You know, whatever it is that you've done, whatever it is that you think you don't have, what you think you're not good enough for, you are. You know what I mean? Because we just listened to two women say, hey, I've been there. We are there. We go there sometimes. And this is what keeps us going. You know what I mean? Remembering the why. I'm going to say it. You know, just make sure your why is right. Make sure your why is pure. No matter what, the what is going to work. If y'all want to say anything, you know, before we
I want to say one
up.
thing. I am so looking forward to the return of Art and Soul. It's Friday.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah,
me
like,
too.
Be in the building.
Me too, man. I miss it. I miss it.
I'm ready for that.
I miss it a lot. So yeah, what you want to say, Don?
Peace and love.
Man.
Nah, you hit everything on the nail. I had such a good time talking to y'all too. For real. Very, very informative, very enlightening. And it just made me feel like, yo, we all go through the same things. It's really black creatives. Black creatives, man.
I just feel like we wired different.
We are.
Creative people are just wired.
We're wired different. Black soul make the world go round.
Right.
Yeah.
We artists and we sensitive about it.
Very. Very.
And it's like,
very.
I can one thing I just noticed about us and how we wired.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to like men, we just so logic. Do it make sense? Do it make sense? Logic. Do it make sense?
Yeah.
And sometimes having that intuition, trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. You know
trusting
what I mean?
that discernment.
And it's a lot of things when it comes to creating something. You use the term impregnate. You use the term impregnate to give birth to something. I feel like whenever something is created, it's some type of collaboration. Even when you think you're doing it by yourself, I really think it's a moment with you and God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's like the first connection. And then people just, get placed on your path, if you that fortunate. But just like, man, I lost my thought. I'm so sorry. I lost my thought.
Worries.
I lost my thought. Oh yeah, but just being wired different and having that intuition and that feeling when you can't explain it, right? When you can't explain it and just going off of that feeling and like it ain't gonna make sense a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? But if it sometimes you just gotta go off of that feeling, man. So just put it together, piece it together, and yeah, if you a creative or anybody, you know what I mean, just do it. If it feel right, it's coming from.
Just do it and keep that passion alive.
Yeah.
Remember why you even started. There's a lot of creatives, and I'll say this for another episode, but there's a lot of creatives. We immediately go into the service industry and we forget exactly why we even started the journey.
Right.
Whether it's photography, DJing, whatever the case may be, So you got to keep that passion alive, that burning desire, your why.
I'm going to say this. A lot of people think that mission statements are only meant for companies and businesses and organizations, but you can create your own mission statement. And a mission statement is something that you come back to. So when you feel yourself straying or when you feel a moment when you're like, okay, what exactly am I doing? You go back to your mission statement to recenter, reground, and redirect yourself back to why you started this in the first place.
Right.
Facts. That's Bible.
Yeah, man. So listen. It's 11:59, and this is why we call it the midnight oil, because we go all the way to midnight. And I just want to thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's a wrap. This was episode 3.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to Chandra and Charlene for devoting their time to us and just sitting here, just kicking it with us. AD. Once again, thank you, Jam. Thank you for keeping things tight.
Thank you.
Most importantly, thank all of y'all for tuning in. We will be back here next Wednesday at 9:30, and stay tuned in for episode 4 because that is going to be another special one, and we will have another very special.
We spitting that episode.
Yes.
Oh, let me get on my hip hop shit. I'm knocking heads off there.
Yes. So that will be the episode where we will be ushering in, because that Friday will be Art Soul.
Right.
So thank y'all so much for episode 3, making that happen and tuning in. And y'all have a good night. All right.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio, home of your throwback jams.